Kelly here with Mindful Bodyworks. So today we're going to be doing a real quick flow. This is a great flow for opening the chest, the posture, but also opening the heart. So make sure you listen to modifications. If anything, of course, doesn't feel good, then go ahead and just take a seat in child's pose or whatever feels comfy for your body. All right, so let's get started. We're going to step to the top of our mat and we're going to inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Good. This time inhaling up, hinge at the hips, slight bend in the knees, swan diving down all the way down, and just do a gentle rock from side to side. All 10 toes are facing forward, relaxing the head, the neck, the jaw. Make sure we're not holding any tension here. And on our next inhale, we'll go ahead and just come to our half lift. So lifting halfway, we want to have a nice straight spine from the tip of the crown all the way to the tailbone. Now, if for some reason you can't do that, you can always use a block. And there's different sizes here, but you want to go ahead and fold back down, and we'll try that again. So inhaling, either bring your hands to your shins and breathe freely here. And then on your next exhale, you can go ahead and lower down. So let's roll the spine up, one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow, navel stays in towards your spine. And inhale up. Good. Again, inhale, nice deep breath through the nose. Exhaling completely. Last one, inhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive it down. Inhale to your half lift, exhale down, and one more time, half lift, and exhale down. Stepping one foot and then the other back into all fours. You want to stack these joints, so knees under hips, hands under shoulders. If you have any wrist issues, you can come up on your fist or you can bring those hands forward just a little bit, okay? So we're gonna do some cat and cow. If you need more stability, I encourage you to put your toes into your mat. That just kind of helps you with your balance a little bit. And here we go. Exhaling, we'll come into cat. So think about a Halloween cat, arching your spine up towards the sky, tucking the chin towards the chest. And on your next inhale, you can come down into cow. So even though we're letting our belly sag here in cow while we're breathing freely, we want to make sure that we're keeping the core in nice and tight. So keeping that belly button squeezed into the spine. So I'm going to let you go through this with your own breath. Exhaling to cat, inhaling to cow. I want you to do about 3 breaths of each, okay? So breathing, opening the chest when we're coming into that cow, lifting through the hands and the shoulders. Good. And after you're finished with your third one, we'll go ahead and come back to our neutral spine here. So not arching, not sagging, just kind of hanging out. Now, if this is too much, you can always come down to the forearms. But from here, we're just going to be bringing our left leg straight out behind us. We want to flex the foot, and then we're going to switch sides. So exhaling, squeeze through the leg, the glutes, and down. So exhale and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now you can keep doing this, or if you'd like to add the opposite arm, you can also do that. Make sure you're keeping that navel in to protect your low back, so sucking that belly button in. Not only will this help keep your core stabilized, but it will protect your lumbar spine. So breathing here, and I'm just looking down at the mat so I'm not stressing my neck. We'll do one more on each side. And last one. Good. And from here, we're just going to come into our camel pose. Now this is a modified camel. We're gonna take our hands or our fist on our sacrum. So not the low back, you wanna go even lower. Now I always like to come up on my toes for stability. You definitely don't have to, but we're gonna make a C with the spine. Opening the chest, opening the heart, and of course still breathing. We'll take one more breath here. And then release. Let's come into a child's pose. So knees apart, feet together. Now for some reason this bothers your knees, you can always take a block or a blanket behind you and sit down that way. Depending on your flexibility, you could even do 2 blocks, or you can place a blanket right here or a bolster right here. All right, so knees apart, feet together. Make sure you're listening to your body here. You can always double up the mat or double up a blanket as well. Let's go ahead and extend the arms if you haven't already. Good. Now we're just gonna sit up into a kneeling position. Instead of being up on our knees, we're gonna be back on our knees. Again, if this is uncomfortable, make sure you adjust. We're gonna grab or interlace the fingers, or you can grab your wrist, and we're gonna open the chest. So opening up, and I want you to take a nice deep breath right into the center of your chest. And exhale. Good. Inhale again. And exhale, really opening that up. From here, we're just gonna go ahead and bring our forehead down to the mat. And we're gonna let those arms come up and over. So you're actually on your head here. For some reason you have neck issues, you can skip this part. Really extending through the arms. And coming back down. All right. Relaxing those arms down, pushing yourself up into a seated position. And we're just going to put our hands back down on the mat, nice wide starfish fingers. We're gonna put those toes into the mat and we're gonna lift those hips up and back. Downward facing dog. So we're gonna walk the dog here, pushing through the heels, one at a time. Nice, slow, steady breath. And then pushing both back. We want to have our ears right at our biceps. We're pushing from our hands all the way through the arms. Ideally, you want to have one line of energy from your hands to your hips and from your hips to your heels. Now you can keep a nice bent knee if you need to, but we're breathing either way. Let's go ahead and take an inhale here, coming into plank. And then exhale, we're gonna lower down with strength. If you need to drop to the knees, you can. We're just gonna interlace those hands again, just as we did before. You can grab a wrist as well. And we're gonna lift up. So we're actually tightening the legs so that the knees come off the mat. And we're lifting through the chest. So breathing here. And then releasing down. Let's just drop the head, take one breath here. And then we'll come into that one more time. So interlacing the hands first. And then I'm gonna have you take an inhale and lift. So again, tightening the legs so that the knees come off the floor. And lifting those shoulders down and back. And then release. Now make sure when we're in poses like that you're still breathing. You don't want to hold your breath in any of the poses. And from here, let's just go ahead and push back into our downward facing dog. And then we're either going to hop or step between the hands. Up to you. Let's do a reverse swan dive. So we're gonna keep a nice flat back, knees are bent, and we're gonna come all the way up. And release. So we're gonna step to about the middle of the mat. You can be forward on the mat as well, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna go ahead and inhale up. And then we're going to keep the arms nice and extended. And on your next exhale, we're going to sit down in a chair. So sitting in chair pose. Now you should be able to wiggle your toes. This shows you that all of your weight is distributed through the rest of your foot. Breathing here. And we're going to exhale and shoot to standing. And now we're going to interlace those fingers again or grab a wrist. And we're going to do the same chair. So let's inhale here. And exhale, sit. Perfect. Make sure you're breathing. Pull those knees back. Make sure they're not creeping over those toes. You should be able to see all of your toes here. Breathing freely, we'll go ahead and lift straight back up. So releasing the arms, inhaling up and exhaling down. And inhaling up and exhaling down. Good. And so from here, let's inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down, just as we did before. And then we'll come to our half lift, inhaling. Exhaling, lowering. Inhale back to down dog. And let's exhale here. And then we'll follow up with our inhale to plank. Exhale, lower down with strength. Remember, you can drop to your knees if you need to. Inhale to our modified cobra. This time we're not interlacing the fingers. Exhale down. And inhale, push back to that downward facing dog. Now we're going to take the right foot and extend it up behind us. And then bring the knee towards the nose. And bring that foot up. Now, if you can't get your foot up, you can definitely use your hand and pull it up. No problem. So you just want to really pull in those abdominal muscles and then place the foot down, okay? So let's check our structure. We want to make sure the knee is in alignment. And then we'll just come up into that high lunge. Let's go ahead and inhale up and exhale down. Interlace the fingers, open the chest. Breathing here. Now, for some reason you can't get the fingers, you can always fold the arms behind you. It will still open the chest and might feel a little bit better on your shoulders. So on your exhales, let's really try and get into this lunge. If anytime it's too much, you can always come up a little bit, okay? So let's inhale up and exhale, place the hands down, framing the foot. We're gonna step back to that downward facing dog. Left leg is gonna extend up behind us. And then we're gonna bring that knee towards the nose, come all the way through. Again, you can definitely assist yourself getting into this. So let's look at our foundation, and then let's go ahead and lift up. So inhaling up, and exhaling, interlacing the arms or the fingers, opening the chest. This is great for our posture, great for our heart chakra. It's a win-win. So on your exhales, try and go a little bit lower if possible. And then releasing the arms, inhaling up, exhaling, framing the foot, stepping back to downward facing dog. Really pushing back, pushing through all 10 fingers, all the way out the knuckles. Your ears are next to your biceps. You're just hanging out here and just taking a breath or two. Really pushing back, getting a little bit better stretch. And then we're going to come down onto our knees. And adjust our hands back to all fours. We're going to thread the needle. So we're going to inhale, left arm comes up. And then exhale, head comes all the way down, shoulder comes all the way down. And you're pushing through your right hand to twist. You can also use a block under your hand as well if you need a little more height. We're not forcing anything. And we're breathing, allowing that breath to flow freely. One more breath here. And then we're gonna push up, back to all fours. Right arm's gonna extend up. Inhale. And exhale, come all the way through the hole, thread the needle. Head comes all the way down. Pushing through our left hand now to kind of give us a little twist. Now while we're twisting, we're not forcing, we're just easing into that twist. Good. One more breath here. And then pushing yourself back up onto all fours. Taking those wide starfish fingers and coming back into our downward facing dog. Walk that dog again and push back, getting a nice stretch. And then we're just gonna walk the feet in to meet the hands. If you're not able to do this, you're just gonna come to where the hands and the feet can meet. And then we're gonna roll up the spine, so one vertebra at a time. Head's the last thing to come up. And let's take a breath here. And exhale. One more. And exhale. Good. Now you can stay here, or if you want to come to the middle of the mat, we're going to take the legs wide. So we're going to open up, inhaling up, exhaling down, and again, inhaling up. This time we're going to be hinging at the hips and coming all the way forward. So don't forget, you can use a block here if you need one. So relaxing the head, the neck, the shoulders, letting gravity just kind of pull you and open everything up. So we're going to inhale and swoop the right arm up and exhale down. Left arm, inhale up and exhale down. One more time each side. Inhale right and exhale left and exhale. Good. And just hanging out here. You can interlace your arms if you want to. Just letting gravity assist you, opening up the spine, the back of the legs, all the way up through the neck and the shoulders. And then relax the arms down. We're gonna take our hands to our hips. We're gonna put a slight bend in the knee, and then we're just gonna lift straight up. Good. Got a great hairdo there. All right, so inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. All right, step the feet in together. And we're gonna end our practice today in mountain. So normally I started practice in mountain, but today I thought it would be different to try something else. So let's go ahead. Our fingers or our palms are facing forward. Shoulders are down and away from the ears, letting gravity assist you. And you want to find a place between the ball and the heel. So right kind of in the arch is where you want to have your weight. All 10 toes are forward, and close your eyes if possible. If you're not able to close your eyes because you feel off kilter, you can always just find something to gaze at. So don't be looking around, just find one spot if you have your eyes open. So let's focus on our breath here, inhaling and exhaling. And now let's bring our hands heart center. Dip our chin towards our chest. Take one more breath here. And then slowly blink your eyes open if you have them closed. And this is where we'll end our practice today. So namaste. Thank you for taking just a couple minutes out of your day to practice a quick flow of yoga. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like and subscribe. And of course, you're always welcome to do a request down below in the comments. All right. Thank you so much for watching.